Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Wyoming Seminary tennis. We talked with Nathalie Joanlanne, the coach, earlier this year, but now let's talk with a state champion, and that's her daughter, Nathalie Joanlanne, joining us here on the show. Congratulations, Nathalie.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, tell us how your couple days went down there at the Hershey Racket Club and how you were feeling and making it all the way to the final, and then, of course, winning a state championship.
Yeah, it was a really exciting 3 days down. I went down Thursday night to warm up on the practice courts. Actually wasn't playing that well Thursday night. Was a little disappointed and worried for the next day. Went out Friday morning, lost the first set. Then, I don't know, it was all kind of, I don't know, I was really disappointed in the first set, how I played, and then I came back and didn't lose another set the entire weekend. And I think that first set was kind of a realization that I actually really needed to step up my game, and I did all my routines to get ready for every one of my matches, and I just played like I normally play in the other USTA tournaments, and it worked, so I'm really happy with the results.
Well, you talk about that opening round and building that confidence, and you take on the third seed from District 3 and Lynn Robertson. How did you turn that around when you go down 6-2, you lose the first one, I guess technically be 2-6, and then you come back and win 6-2 and 7-5. Take us through that first match.
Yeah, that first set was rough. That was kind of a rude awakening that I need to set my game up. My mom had really good coaching advice after that first set when she came down. She kind of calmed me down a little bit. I was a little bit stressed. She gave me some good pointers, like hitting to her backhand, which was weaker, making her move, mixing up the shots, bringing her in, then lobbing her, stuff like that, that I kind of just really need to focus. Because in the first set, I was just kind of trying to just smack the ball, and that definitely wasn't working. And then the third set was rough, too, because I lost the first 8 points of that set, and then kind of regained my confidence and everything and came back, so.
Just looking at the bracket itself, the names are hard enough to pronounce with a lot of these young ladies. The next girl you take on was Samantha Go with 2 H's, and then you beat her 6-1, 6-1. Then you take on Genevieve Hobson in that match, and then, of course, you head to the final against a young lady named, looked like Brownie Mellett.
Bronwyn. Yeah, Bronwyn Mellott.
Sorry. I mean, the spellings of these as well were tough. Talk about that championship match and how you were able to fight off her because, she gave you a tough match there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I definitely knew the competition coming into the draw. I knew we were on opposite sides. I knew she was definitely the best player in the draw. I looked it up on tennis recruiting and everything. I knew she was a 3-star, which is better than all the other girls in the draw, even myself. So I knew coming into that final match that was going to be a close match, and I'm still shocked that I pulled it out. But I think the different strategies that my mom has told me to use have definitely helped. So,
talk about being with your mom and obviously having her as a coach and as your mom and being able to, carry the 2 relationships that you have. But I'm sure at times she's also a third part of that is probably a good friend as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. My mom and I get along really well, especially on the court. But yeah, the one thing that really stood out was that first set that I lost in the first round. She came out and I was screaming. I was really upset, and she knew exactly how to calm me down and get me back into that match. So yeah, our relationship is really great. I'm really, really grateful and thankful for her to be one of my coaches. Without her, I would not have put a racket in my hand when I was like 4 years old. So.
And the difference for you, obviously being mature enough, able to handle that and see the difference, a lot of times you see parents coaching their kids, and the kids have that difficult time of separating the two and thinking, okay, this is just my mom, this is just my dad, I'm not listening to them right now. I know a little bit more, but you had the know-it-all to know that the coach and your mom was telling you all the right stuff.
Yeah, we have had some difficulties, but lately, I've been told, whatever's on the court is business, off court is whatever. You can be as goofy as you want off court, but once you get on the court, mom's coach, and coach is not mom. So you need to I've been told that a couple times to just kind of get that straight. So that's definitely helped a lot.
Well, I'm sure you're mature beyond your years to realize that in high school already. We're talking with Nathalie Joanlanne here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. She's the state champion in tennis for AA in singles. And did you think this was at all possible, the way your year went? You had a very good year, Nathalie, ran through the district, but there's kind of that little bit of a lull. You go through the team championships, and Scranton Prep had a nice run last week, and you get a little time off to make sure your game's pretty sharp. So did you feel like you had a chance to make this run?
I did think I had a chance up until I strained my calf. I strained my calf about, I think it was 3 weeks ago now, so I was out for a good week and a half. Only got back on the court last Tuesday, so that was definitely kind of, I don't know, it just let me down a little bit. I wasn't able to get on the court with that. But up until then, I really thought I had it, and then I wasn't playing well for a couple days, and that kind of ruined me. And then I got back on the court, and I don't know how, but somehow state champion.
Well, congratulations. A great accomplishment for you and obviously everybody at Wyoming Seminary. A strong tennis tradition there, and a great year for your mom and yourself. And I'm sure you get to share some of this with your teammates, because you had some nice teammates this year at Wyoming Seminary as well, and it feels pretty good.
Definitely, yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, that's Nathalie Joanlanne here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.